Two Sheds Gabby here. Hello, everybody. It is Sunday night. Tomorrow's Inauguration Day. Looking forward to spending some time just watching some of that while I'm doing some work around the house. My work table has gotten to be a mess again, so I'll use part of the day to straighten the office up. But I was in a friend's a couple days ago in Indianapolis, so I was up there. I got 3 boxes of pennies and 3 boxes of nickels. They're all over the place. But anyway, here's one of the boxes. It's bankrolled. And here's a box that's custom rolled, but I have bad feelings about this one because I think it could just very well be somebody's returns after they got out what they wanted. So I'm going to pull some of those out and look real quick, but I don't have a good feeling about that. I could be wrong, but we'll see. But anyway, I do have this box. I do have a wheat penny ender. Always love finding those. Can we hone in on that? Boom. Yeah, those are fun. I like those. Anyway, we're going to see if we find maybe 9 more wheat pennies besides that one, hopefully, and a few pounds of copper that will get put away. See what else we can find. And hey, let's get started. I'm excited tonight to get into this, and I hope we have a good time. I just tore that top off of that penny, and we're just going to pop it off here and see what we got. Is that an old one? Let's set it down here. Get my light over here. I was like, why is that not shining up? Because I didn't have the light on. Oh, it's a 1940. It just ain't in very good condition. Pretty worn. But it's still weedy number 1 in the first row. And now I'm going to pop open one of the customer rolled and see if we've got a hunt at all. Well, it looks to me like there are some older ones in there. I think I might have some copper. So maybe it won't be a total loss. Well, that first customer roll had 10 copper pennies in it, so it's not a total loss. Cool beans. We've got ourselves a hunt. We'll see which one has the most copper in it. Very cool. And the first bankroll had 8 copper pennies plus the wheat penny and a 1975 Canadian penny. So, hopefully we'll get some good stuff out of each box. I've gone through 10 of the customer rolls, no wheat pennies. I've gotten 2 2009s. One of them is pretty nice. The other one's not very nice. I found a Canadian copper, 12-sided, and a Canadian not copper. But like I said, the copper is not bad. We'll just keep going through and see what we get. I don't know if we'll get wheat pennies, but I'll definitely get a few pounds of copper and see what else might show up. I'm still in the middle of going through these customer road. I just wanted to show you that I am still active at making some of my TG, Two Sheds Gabby's coins. I've got quite a few in circulation, plus I keep a few held out because when I sell multiple mats, I always include one of those. And how about that? And I did find another Canadian copper. In the third set of 10 customer rolled coins, I found 2 more Canadian copper and and some more copper pennies. In that next set of 10, I found 1 more 2009 Memorial that's not in very good condition and 2 more Canadian coppers from the 70s. Just 10 more to go from this. I was thinking pretty early on that we were not going to get any wheat pennies, and we have not. But I've got some copper. We'll wait when I'm done. In the last set here, I got 1 more Canadian copper, 12-sided, 3 more 2009 commemoratives. And this is the other ones I'd found. There's my and. Let's get over here and weigh the copper and see how much we got. Oops. That was from the first row of the bank wrap. Hey, we got over 3 pounds. 3 pounds, 5.5 ounces, something like that. Pretty cool. That's not too bad. Pretty good box. After all, just no wheat pennies. The very next roll I get open here in the bank roll, and right away I come to a 1960D that's pretty nice looking. It's not perfect, but it's pretty sharp. Look at that. That's pretty good for 1960. Yeah, I guess we'll set that one aside. Hopefully we'll get a handful more wheat pennies. We got the one from the Ender. Oh. I assume that most of you have seen him. If you don't, you probably subscribe to him, but I'm sure if you're not subscribed, you've at least seen him. Diggin' Dave, you know who I'm talking about? He contacted me yesterday, and we had a super nice chat. Super nice guy. Man, he's got him a big old channel, coin roll hunting and stuff. Diggin' Dave. But we're going to get together. I think he's going to help me set up a chat. We'll just kind of, from my place and his place, we'll just do a chat together. He's going to help me get the video and stuff set up for that. Hopefully not too long down the road. And then I told him that when the weather breaks, 82, I'm going to try to get up there and see him. He's not too awful far from me. So that'll be really cool. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. If you don't know who he is, go find him and say hello for me. Totally cool. Just out of the blue. I was just sitting there with my wife and I got a ding and it's like, oh my goodness. That was pretty wild. I've watched bunches of his videos over the last few years. I just zoomed right past that 1978 in that last row, and it's a super nice one too. You know, it's not perfect pristine, but that's pretty nice. Hey, look at this. This 1972 came in contact with the Agent Orange at the end of the Vietnam War. What do you reckon caused that sort of thing? I believe I'm in the fourth row here, and here is wheat penny number 2, the 1953D. All right. No, that's number 2. Sorry about that. I heard something pretty good from my preacher today, a one-liner type thing. What is that? I believe it's an 80. Let's weigh that guy. Okay. It's a pretty good line. Every saint has a past, because we've all made our mistakes, and every sinner has a future, because he has hope. He has hope that if he can repent, oh, look, another Wheatie. 55D. How cool. Because as long as you're alive, you still have hope. After you're gone, then comes the judgment. There's another one awful shiny from many years ago. That's like the third one already. Look at that. That's pretty nice. Wonder where they're all coming from. When I was working at the prison, before I got up into the place they put me permanently in the high security area, I would be out on the yard, and every now and then they'll do searches, and they're looking for, paraphernalia, drug paraphernalia and shanks and stuff like that. And you always find a couple of shanks here and there hidden up in the pipes or whatever. And they're usually nasty things. Shanks are, it's like a piece of metal, a piece of a sharpened, the handle end of a fork or a spoon that's been sharpened or broken off of a screwdriver or something, and they'll wrap it with a whole lot of tape so to make a good grip out of it. And that's what a shank is, if you didn't already know. And you find some pretty gnarly ones, but I was told that they always, when they, I don't know if they know when it's going to happen or not, but they said the good ones don't get found, but the yucky ones get found all the time. This is the reverse of a really nice 1959D. That line there, is that what you call a die crack? Because that's in the corner. That's not a scratch, I don't think. I believe it was in the coin. I believe that's what that's called. That's pretty neat. I'd like to hear your comments if you agree with me on that. Another pretty nice one. Not perfect, but very nice. Several of those. Here's some stuff I like to find. This is the 12th roll, 1927. There's an old fella there. Yes, sir. That's my fourth wheat penny, 1927. Cool beans. Very nice. In the 15th row comes my wheat penny number 5, and it is a 1945 Philadelphia. Wheatie number 5. Cool. All right. So copper, I haven't talked about it a whole lot lately. Just about a week or so ago, it had dropped down to 2.62 cents each in copper penny value. And now it's back up to 2.72. Not a huge mark increase, but a little bit. I talked about maybe selling some copper this year, but I'll probably wait till it gets to where they're worth about 3 cents each before I do that. We'll just keep stacking it away. Oh, another thing. Trump's inauguration tomorrow. Do you think that people are going to, now that maybe they're thinking the country might be getting back a little bit more in line the way it should be? Some people think it will. Do we think we'll have a little bit fewer copper penny hoarders? Will people quit hoarding copper now? What do you think? I'd like to hear your comments. Here's another one of those pennies. It's in pretty doggone good shape. It's not, it's not fantastic. I just, when they still have that bright luster, they catch my eye. This one's a little bit off center, but he's not as good as the other ones I found. I think I won't keep this one, but there's quite a few of these showing up this box. Look at this one. This is the 19th row. That is bad. This one may have been in the ground for a number of years. That's really awful. Oh my. Look, it's a 1945, but oh, that's terrible. I may have to try to clean that one up a little bit at some point, because it's just got a coated layer of something on there, and I'll try to get that off. That is Wheatie number 6, even though it's pretty terrible. We are, oh boy, it's 10 minutes till 11 p.m. My wife's been in bed for an hour. 82. And I think after I get halfway through, I think I'll crash too. I'll resume tomorrow. Sometime during the inauguration stuff, I'll get the box done. And oh, looky. Oh, wow. Oh, it's an S, 73S. Look at that. A little bit off center. But that's nice. Oh, my. That's a good one. Cool beans. Pretty neat. I wonder if somebody just dumped stuff that they had saved for a long time. Is how you you find, when you find quite a few of these in one box, I guess that's the only answer there is. I'll take them. It's fun finding them like that. Take a look at this one. 1959. You don't see those 1959s every day. Pretty nice. The last two rows of the second half, we'll just go through them and see if we find anything. I wanted to say, are y'all familiar with Cirrus? Am I pronouncing that right? The radio thing, Cirrus. A few years back, when me and my cousin were traveling, I think it was the year we went up to Wyoming. We rented a vehicle that had the Cirrus, and we just loved it. We really enjoyed it, listening to it. We were singing along and just having a good old time. But after we bought this car just recently, we got an offer to get Cirrus for, I don't know, X amount of months for really cheap. And we're like, let's give it a try. So we did. And we just, with much difficulty, my wife got it hooked up. Had a few issues, but we got it done. And we listened to some of the Beatles channel. And we listened to the 70s on 7, I think it's called. And she, when I was doing some of my coining inside, she went and checked out some other channels, stuff that she's more interested in than me. She likes the big band music. I like it some, but not as much as she does. And she found a channel, but she said it just, the one she heard that day, she didn't care for. And so she was a little disappointed. But anyway, I told her I wanted to listen to some 60s, see if they had a 60s channel. And I think on 73, I believe it is the 60s classic, something like that. And we was listening to that. Let me get to the next row. This is the 25th row in the box. Anyway, she found that channel, the classic 60s. And honestly, for me, like when I say I want to listen to the 70s, it's not the late 70s. There's some in the late 70s I like. And when I listen to the 60s, it's not the early 60s. Let's weigh this one. It's my favorite era is 1966 through 1975. To me, that's when the best music was made. There's been lots of other good music on both sides, I admit, but that's it for me. Anyway, they were playing this top 100 male solo careers or whatever of the 60s. And so we were listening to that on the way home, and along with getting frustrated, we was enjoying it. It's like it's crazy. A lot of the people were real early 60s, people who had their career in the late 40s and 50s and then extended a little bit into the early 60s. I thought that was a little bit weird for, a classic rock channel, but that's okay. But then, like up in the 20s, they put Otis Redding. What did Otis Redding do besides sitting on the dock of the bay as a solo artist? Maybe had a few. I don't remember them. But it's like he's up in the top 20. Fats Domino. His music was not my favorite, but he was huge. And he was down in the low 30s. Just how they came up with who got what place just blew my mind. And we got, right as we was getting to the top 10, we stopped and was helping my brother move some stuff he got at the house. And so we missed 9 through 2. But number 1 was what we expected, Elvis Presley. Good night, folks. We'll catch up in the morning. Good morning and happy Inauguration Day. I have had my coffee. I had a whole bunch of packages to get ready this morning. Got all those ready, even though there's no mail running today because it's milk day as well as Inauguration Day. Yeah, I was thinking about Milk Day being today, how kind of classic. You know, way back in the day, we looked at Martin Luther King Jr. is definitely leaning to the left with the things that we had looked at for the country, but now with the left has gone so far to the left. Martin Luther King is nothing at least midstream with, with his views. Uh, I've seen people in arguments on the conservative side quoting Martin Luther King, and the people on the left shouting them down, saying, "We don't care what Martin Luther King said." It's like, you used to care. Anyway, sorry about that. This is the first roll that I've gotten into, and look, here's the really nice ones that I've gotten so far, and check this out. 1974, San Francisco. I left my harp in San Francisco. Um, anyway, that looks nice, don't it? You can see the stairs and everything. Pretty sweet. Back years ago, I sell stuff on eBay. I've been at it since 1998. And I left eBay for just a little while because I got into Amazon, and I even did some of the stuff where you send it into their distribution centers. I didn't like that process very well. It didn't go as well, at least for me. But then eventually Amazon kicked me off because I didn't provide what was it? They wanted a detail invoice of the things that I had purchased for resale. And I bought stuff in big Gaylords. And so my invoice said big box of stuff in essence. And they said, no, we have to have details. So they kicked me off. I didn't care. I went back to eBay. I liked eBay anyway. So something they were doing, I gained points. They were in some type of I don't remember what was going on, but I earned some type of points back several years ago, and they gave me some credits, 82, and I just ended up using them, getting a big box full of free eBay tape, and it just sat around forever. I just didn't use it. I don't know why, but it's great tape, and I use it all the time now. Here's one of my little packages I did this morning. Love it. I've only got a few rolls left now because here lately I've used a lot of it, but I sure have liked it. I'll be sad when I run out. I'll have to actually buy more tape. Of course, I still buy. I use clear tape for a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of packages I package up with the eBay tape. I believe we're at like 6 Wheaties, and we're just into the first half, so maybe we'll get 10. And along with these super, super nice memorial copper ones. Really, really cool stuff. Even a couple of San Franciscos. Check this guy out. Wow. This guy has been through it. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. You just wish you could see the life of a coin. Man, that's just crazy. I may keep that one just because it's kind of fun. Oh, I should have kept searching the row because like 2 pennies later, I come to my next wheat penny. And we have a 1951D. Very nice. Copper. You know, I made that line a minute ago. I left my harp in San Francisco. And I was trying to remember the story behind it. I believe it was a joke, and I think I kind of remember it. It was in 82. There was a song, I left my heart in San Francisco. And I looked up, I remembered the song, I looked it up, and Tony Bennett sang it. he may not have been the only one, but that's the first one I saw when I looked it up. And there was a joke that I heard years ago, and I think I kind of remember it. One of those heaven jokes where you die and you go to heaven, you're at the pearly gates, and I don't remember the details, but this person obviously died and was at the gates, the pearly gates, and the person at the entrance said, "Where's your harp?" And I don't remember the punchline was, "Oh no, I left my harp in Sam Fran's disco." I know it's not real funny. There's probably more to it than that. But when I see an S, I think about Sam Fran's disco. Oh, give us a second wheat penny. That'd be great. Not this row. Oh, folks. Oh, my. The fifth row in the second half, the second to the last coin. Check it out. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Oh, man. I love finding these guys. I believe this is only my third one I have found coin roll hunting. And I found the other two last year. All the times before that, I had never found one. Oh, well, that's a nice one, too. Little divot dent right there. But that is in super, super condition. That is totally cool. We'll get that guy in a 2x2 right away. Phew. The stuff dreams are made of. How cool. 1903. Well, I can't get over it. That's fun. That is so fun. Well, great box no matter what else happens. We now have a new president of the United States. And oh, if only all presidents would speak of America the way he just did. And now with just 11 rolls to go, we found wheat penny number 8. It is a 56D. A few rolls back, we found one from our neighbor, a Canadian copper, 1970. It's a great day for America, folks. 1959. Pretty nice condition there. Wow. Cool. 83. Zinc. 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump. And in his speech, he said, "Folks, I've learned a lot over the last 8 years." And I just came across another one. 1974. Look at that. That's amazing. Must have been some dump of somebody's collection to have lasted like this. I know it's not copper, but it's still 29 years old, and look at that. Isn't that amazing how preserved it is for being in circulation? That's really, really well preserved. And I've come to another one with about 5 rolls to go. 1972 Francisco. Pretty nice. Look at that. Wow. That's a nice coin. That's your purse. It's a nice purse. And now with 4 rows to go, here is yet another one. This one's a 1982. It is copper. That's well preserved, folks. Goodness, that is great. Oop. Another zinc. We're watching a panel from Daily Wire now discuss all the events taking place today. Well, I did take a break to go through a few more rolls. I'll get back in there in a minute. My friend, well, my wife's best friend does everything sourdough. Oh man, we get our bread from her and other stuff, but we're getting out today sourdough pizza crust that she gave us, and we're going to make some pizza with sourdough pizza crust. Well, there's a lump of something on the end of that. I think I can break it off. That's gross. Probably ought to wash my hands before I eat. You reckon? Yeah, I'll get it off. It can come off. I've gotten several of these guys. This box. I'm going to have to weigh that one in a second. Can't read a date. All right, 4 more rolls. Just came across this young Elizabeth. Could be an old one. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. 1953. Is that the very first one? Yes, it is. First year of it was after the King George VI. This one started in 53. That's really nice. Cool beans. I was hoping to get 10 wheats. We're only at 8. We do have an Indian head, which kind of makes up for it, along with all those great condition copper memorials as well. But great box anyway it goes. But it would be cool to get another wheat here at the end of the box. Oh, and there, number 9. How about that? That was nice. What is it? 51D. There's number 9. Fantastic. Can you hear my wife in there getting things ready? I'll go help her in just a minute. We were at my brother's house last night. He ordered a new. They moved into this new house, and it was half furnished when they got it because the people that sold it just didn't. It was a nice place, and they just didn't want to take stuff with them because they were downsizing. But the fridge that was in the basement was in poor condition. And so and I don't remember the deal for the upstairs, but they needed a new one in their kitchen. So we brought up the poor one from downstairs because they ordered a brand new one for upstairs. And along with it, they get to have the old one removed. So they said, let's just remove that one. And so we helped him get that done. And I told him we was going to have this pizza we were going to make today. And he happened to have some pepperoni, so he gave me some pepperoni. Last row, in the second to last row, I found a really nice 2009 commemorative there. This is it. They're giving me a hard time in this row. Come on. Well, I got me another Indian head penny, folks. That's really cool. I wrote on the back of it that it was found coin roll hunting on this day. There's an 82. I'll weigh those at the end of this roll, and then we'll see how much copper we got. Look forward to hearing some of you when I get this video up and running, as always. Well, it looks like we're going to end with the 9 Wheaties, but we do have the Indian head. You could kind of call that 10, right? Almost. It's not a wheat penny. Alrighty, let me count. Let me weigh those 82s. Alrighty, here we go. I didn't think it felt like it was as much as that customer rolled box, but it's a little bit under 3 pounds. But we also got a whole bunch of those memorials that are just in super shape. 9 wheat pennies, an Indian head penny, and a few other things, Canadian and 2009s, and then a few of the others from the customer roll as well. Great hunt, in my opinion. I hope you liked it, and we'll be seeing you soon, I hope. Let me hear from you. Combined